The walls of uterus. The uterus has mainly 3 layers of tissues. The walls of uterus is made up of 3 types of tissue layers, that is endometrium, myometrium and perimetrium. Endometrium is the internal part, inner part, which is glandular, and that is lining the uterine cavity. So you can see here the endometrium, inner part, inner glandular lining of the uterus, where implantation is taking place in this region. It is highly vascularized and glandular. Then second is the myometrium, that is the middle portion, which is made up of smooth muscle tissues, myometrium, and it contracts vigorously at the time of parturition or delivery. And the outer portion, outer layer is known as the perimetrium. It is the external thin membranous layer of the uterus for the protection. Now let's have a look into the diagrammatic representation, or simple representation here to show that the 3 walls, that is the inner endometrium, which is represented here with that pink color, and middle myometrium, which is labeled as the second, and the third part is the body of the uterus, and fourth is the perimetrium, the outer layer, inner endometrium, middle myometrium and outer perimetrium. And the functions we have already discussed. Moving on to the next is the vagina. It is a long fibromuscular tube that extends from the cervix to the vestibule. The vascular tube internally lined by mucous membrane with internal foldings, that's known as the vaginal rugae. The function of vagina is to receive penis during insemination, and it also acts as birth canal at the time of parturition. In virgin female, the vaginal orifice is closed by a membranous diaphragm, which is called the hymen. It may rupture during vigorous exercise or during first coitus. As I told that the vagina and cervix both act as birth canal at the time of parturition or delivery. So this is a simple diagrammatic representation. You can see from here, this is the vagina. The next part is the external genitalia. The female external genitalia consists of mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, hymen and clitoris. Once again, the external genitalia of female reproductive system consists of mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, hymen and clitoris. The first part, the mons pubis, it is the fleshy and fatty tissue covered skin, and it's covered with pubic hair. The labia majora, it's a pair of fleshy folds which extends from mons pubis and surrounding the vaginal opening, whereas the labia minora is another pair of tissue fold below the labia majora. A hymen is a thin membrane partially covers the vaginal opening. It gets torn during the first coitus. And clitoris is a tiny erectile finger-like structure that present on the upper junction of two labia minora above the urethral opening. It is covered by a thin fold of skin which is called the prepuce, and clitoris is homologous to penis. Mammary gland. Each mammary gland consists of about 15 to 25 mammary lobules. Mammary lobules that surrounds the mammary alveolus. The compound tubulo-alveolus lobules of mammary alveolus that secrete milk. This milk is nourishing the newborn babies. Each lobe of these mammary lobes is separated from each other. That means all the lobes are independent. From the mammary alveolus, several mammary ducts are formed, and the mammary ducts leads to the mammary ampulla. On the ampulla continues to form the lactiferous duct, and the lactiferous duct emerge independently into the nipple. That's about 15 to 25. Now let's clear that by seeing the diagrammatic representation. Mammary gland. Because of the presence of mammary gland, animals who give birth to the young ones and feed the young ones from the mammary glands are called mammals, mammae. Now see the sectional view of the mammary gland. So I told that it consists of mammary alveolus, fatty tissues, etc. So you can see that this is the ribs and sternum, and the muscles between the ribs and the pectoralis, that is major muscles that's seen in the ribs region. In front of that you can see the mammary gland. It consists of some fat deposition so that it could be seen like spongy appearance in order to promote the comfort for the newborn babies for feeding as well as getting comfortability. The mammary lobes, as you can see here, the mammary lobes, and 15 to 25 mammary alveolus are present in it. The mammary alveolus is the functional unit where the milk is produced there, and it continues to form the mammary duct. From the mammary alveolus, the mammary ducts, like that, from all the mammary lobes, alveolus, the duct is forming. That leads to a broad portion that is here, a slightly broad portion of the duct. We can see that is the mammary ampulla. It continues to form the lactiferous duct. Lactiferous duct is opening independently into the nipple. That's about the structure of mammary gland. And the pathway of milk ejection, you can see that the mammary alveolus, where the milk is produced, from there it is secreted into the mammary duct. From mammary duct it moves to the mammary ampulla, and then to the lactiferous duct, and finally it comes out to the nipple. And that's about the female reproductive system. Very soon we'll see with the next modules. Thank you.